sure that you only select the amount of time that you are willing to listen to your students. If you're not going to listen to them for 10 minutes, don't give them 10 minutes. They might surprise you, okay? So I mean, my max for listening to students is probably 2 minutes. That's a really long time, but it depends on the task. So if you're having them do a read aloud or something like that, or read their writing, you might actually want to give them 2 or 3 minutes. So I'll say, okay, I'm going to be generous, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So here I would put in whatever instructions I'm going to give them. So I am going to make a tutorial mini lesson video. So I'm going to say, watch the video, maybe multiple times. Maybe multiple times. Then record your own video explaining what you learned. Please show me an example of your thinking by drawing or writing and reading your ideas aloud. So maybe I want them to write a paragraph. I'm just coming up with this at the top of my head, so forgive me. See the spelling errors and all of that. You get the idea. So any details for the video prompt, and I would probably be more explicit. I have up to 500 characters here. I could script for them exactly what I wanted to say. First, next, then at the end, give me a reflection on your learning, or ask me any questions you still have about the topic. Any scaffolding students need for structuring their thought for your video are going to go here. Now, here's the cool stuff. And again, all of this is in the slides, and I've taken screenshots of all of this. Here's where I'm going to record my video. Okay, now if I already have a video made, I can upload it. If there's something on YouTube I want them to watch. So for example, Khan Academy has tons of videos just posted on YouTube. I could go ahead and find a video with a tutorial and upload it there. If I'm showing a picture, I could do that. If I have a file in my Google Drive that I want them to read, look at all of these different options. So all of these different resources can be added. So I'm creating an actual teaching experience for my students. Okay, so I'm going to record a video. And by the way, there is whiteboard mode. So if I wanted to, I could demonstrate and talk over. If I wanted to, I'm not going to do that. Video options, whoops, return. I don't want to go on whiteboard mode. No. Okay, anyway. Let me go back, clear, and see I have 10 minutes in the corner here. I'm going to confirm that I'm exiting the recording, and I'm going to start all over again. I just wanted to show you that there is a whiteboard mode, so if you want to demonstrate math, you could. If you don't want your face to be seen, hypothetically, you could do it that way as well. And you've got some other tools here too that you could use. So I'm going to go ahead and record, and there are some options. So this is my tutorial mini lesson. I'm going to be showing you how to read a story out loud with proper pacing and expression. You can tell I have so much energy. I'm going to be reading to you with so much expression. It's so important, readers, that we pay attention to punctuation and we slow our pace down. We change our tone of voice to create anticipation. So today I'm going to teach you about that, and then you're going to practice reading aloud your favorite story to me. Okay, done. All right, so now I'm going to take a selfie. And I can decorate it if I wanted to. Oh, okay. So let's just say I'm not going to decorate my selfie. I'm not going to mess with it right now. Gosh, I look scary. That's okay. Time to laugh at myself. So it's preparing my video. been a long day. It's still loading. We're going to get there. I probably should have made it a little shorter, but you get the idea. Dun, 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 dun. Congratulations, it is complete. So there's my video. Now, do not press create the topic yet. Okay, press more options. So topic tip is 64 characters with a hint. So that might be, and it's going to be something that students can see when they're making their own video. So explain what you learned. Show, give an example. Let's just say that's my tip for them. Okay. So I could add some other attachments here if I wanted to. So maybe I wanted to give students a story that I wanted them to read and practice. I could add an attachment here if I wanted to, or link it from my Google Drive. Now here's the most important part. Video moderation. Some students, so this would be more relevant when it's in the classroom. Well, no, it's still relevant. If you do not moderate the videos, they immediately go up for everyone to see. And you are going to be bombarded with a whole ton of kids just saying, yo, 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 what's up? Hi, I miss you. Why? Especially now that they haven't seen each other. You do not want that. So please turn on video moderation. And I would tell students that in your Google Classroom, if you're assigning that, or make sure you put it in the video prompt directions. I as the teacher will be the only one watching your video for now. And some students might really appreciate it, like for you to say that you would be willing to ask them if they would be okay if their peers saw their video. But for now, if they just know that you're the only one watching it, chances are you're going to get a lot less of the silly stuff. I have no idea why the default is off. It should just be on all the time. Now, in the event, so you're going to moderate it and you're going to have the opportunity to either share it or not. If you decide to share and let other students see it, then you have the ability to allow student-to-student replies. Now, again, this is another opportunity for kids to make other videos to their peers that have nothing to do with commenting on the videos. It'll just be like, hey man, like your video, or have nothing to do, like not even about the video, just like hi. And then ha, laughing, or something silly. So it's up to you if you want to deal with all of the different student replies. I think if it's a new tool for your students, that you just lock it down. I like to be a control freak. Just lock it down, no replies until they're used to the tool. And it's up to you how much silliness you want to open up for them. Maybe in another week or two of using it, they would be okay with having that freedom. So freeze dates. If you're going to moderate it, it really, kids are probably not going to be posting on it forever, but I usually freeze it because I don't want a gazillion videos, and I kind of want to lock it down so that after I think the topic is done, students aren't going to keep posting. But since there's asynchronous learning going on, I'm not going to lock it down like after one day. I might keep it open for a week. So I'm going to let students know that you will have up to a week to answer on this particular grid, or maybe I'm going to give them 2 weeks, but after that, it's not going to accept any more responses. Some of the kids that have already planned to be YouTube video stars will like that there is video editing, but I think it adds unnecessary complications. Most of our younger students are not going to trim and rearrange video clips, so I think you can just turn that one off. If students are going to be uploading Google Docs, so some of our older students that you might in Google Classroom have them, type up a separate document to show what they learned, you can give them the option to attach that to their video submission. Turn off the likes if it's not already off. I've seen the worst type of bullying where there was no, cyberbullying in a classroom before. Just all of a sudden it pop out because the kids are like, hey, look, 13 kids like my video, only 2 kids like your video. Just turn that off. Video titles are fine. I would turn off the view count as well. Again, kids don't need to know how many times their video has been watched. And it also just kind of encourages them to be more silly so they get more views, just like the likes. Turn them both off. Sticky notes. Sticky notes, I've seen some of our middle school students use. Like I've noticed the older our kids are, the more they like to script out what they're going to say because they want to sound just right. So for older students, they will like the sticky notes. For our younger, like third and fourth grade students, it's probably not useful, but it's up to you. Okay, so feedback. This is where you can provide rubrics for them on how you are going to grade or evaluate what they submit. And this is a tool where, yes, increasingly in society, as we all know right now, communication via video is going to be evaluated. So sometimes, our older students, they're going to get accustomed to, Google Meet interviews for jobs. So you might want to add here, so ideas and performance, their confidence, their voice projection. So you can put in some custom feedback rubrics here. I'm just going to keep it basic for ideas and performance. And now I'm ready to create my topic. And so here, and this is what I was telling you before, you don't have to copy this. Really, the most important piece of information that kids get is the flip code to your grid. And for me, that was my very simple butterfly 19. You don't need this. Here, it's most helpful to just, share to Google Classroom. So I would just press that button. Then I would decide what classroom I want to go ahead and send that to. Let's see, do I have a practice classroom in here? Anyway, you get the idea. I would just select the classroom. Let's do summer 2018. I have no idea what's in that classroom. But there we go. I'm going to create the assignment. Okay, so I'll just cancel it out before I do that. But you get the idea. And then it will show up for students. It will give them the link, and they're just going to click on it. And then they will see your topic. This is what they will see. All right, so let's see what's next. So went over Flipgrid and Google Classroom. Now, in the slide deck, I did link a video that also shows how to assign to Google Classroom, just in case. I'm going to kind of switch topics now. So I went over how to create your own topic. And now I'm going to show you how to take a look at other topics. It's super cool. It is called the Dun Dun Disco Library. And this is where I should have had like my blonde wig on. Okay, so the Disco Library is where Flipgrid has partnered with other apps such as Epic Books, such as Wonderopolis, the Met, near Tinker for Schools, to come up with pre-made assignments or topics for your classroom. So I'm going to let you, later on, you can go ahead and explore what's in the Disco Library. I'm going to focus just on Epic Books for now, because many of you are using Epic Books. So I'm going to click on the Epic collection. And look at these topics already made. Yay, it makes me so happy. And so on the side here, you'll see the audience, ages 5 to 10, elementary school. You can also filter, so you can filter the audience for different grade and age levels. You can filter by topics. Because I've already filtered it to Epic and there are only 30 topics, I'm not going to have so many choices here. But what's really nice about this, let me go ahead and select. There was one that I really liked. Ooh, Whoosh is really good. What's a pirate like? Explore shark-infested books. There was one that I really liked. I'm going to go ahead and click the showing kindness one, just so you can see it. So here's the topic. And so what does being kind mean to you? What's one way you show kindness? And then it links kids directly to the book. So if they already have an Epic account, it's going to take them right in, and I should be logged into Epic. Yep. So I'm logged into Epic. It's taking me right to that book. And I'm not sure if this is a read aloud or not. But, you know, in Epic, any word that a student cannot read, they can click on and hear it read aloud to them. I'm going to go ahead and close it. So here are some different notes just for you. I'm going to go ahead and add this topic. Now, right now, if you only have one grid, you're just going to select that grid. I'm going to put it in my practice grid, and I'm going to add that. Now, I still can go back and edit it. So again, for some of our DLI teachers or students that need more scaffolding, you can translate this information, you know, into any language that you need, or into Google Translate, or using Google Translate. And again, there is going to be a read aloud feature for this. So you can change any of this information. You can change the recording time for students. Here's the book. And again, before you go on, you need to make sure video moderation, turn it on. Turn off the student-to-student replies unless you want to get inundated with lots of junk. And then, you know, change these other, turn off the view count, make whatever changes. Oh, I forgot to go over the selfies and videos. I think it's really important for kids to get used to seeing themselves. I'm exhausted right now. I don't care, but some kids do care. Some kids are going to care about how they look, and they're going to want to cover up their faces. They don't like their voices. There are so many things they have to get over. I would say until kids... if you want to help kids build confidence, but you know that that is going to be a blockade between them and participation, allow them to put little masks and emojis over their faces to start. But then maybe the second or third time they use Flipgrid, explain how important it is that they just build confidence at seeing themselves, and take away the selfies, or only allow them to do it on the selfies, but not in the video. That's fine. The selfie is that snapshot at the end. They just show their face. They can decorate that whatever they want. But I'm going to recommend, especially for older students, only allow them to cover up their faces in the selfie. All right, so now I'm going to update that topic, and that is done. So I'm going to go back to my grid, and now I have 3 topics in here. So just know that that you can change how many topics kids see by selecting whether it's hidden, or you can schedule it, like I had scheduled one earlier. Freeze it means, you know, they are not going to be able to put anything on it. And then active means they can see it right now. And you can change anything by pressing the editing pencil. And for our middle school teachers, I want you, middle or high school teachers, I want you to know that any topic you create in one grid, you can duplicate across all of your grids. So in the actions here, if you press duplicate topic, so say I have period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, I could select all of my different classroom or grids, and I can just duplicate that. And I'm only going to duplicate the topic. I don't want the kids to see, you know, responses from another class or period. I would just, in most cases, want them to see the topic. Now, on the note of the middle school and high school teachers, I also want to go back to my grid page, because I can duplicate the grid. So if I want to have the same setup for every single one of my periods, I can just duplicate that grid, except I would, you know, just call one period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, period 5. All right.
Hey, Darcy, can I jump in for a second?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to say, because a couple of people were asking about the moderation mode, and they were asking, do you have to set that up for every single topic? And what I suggested was, you can set up a topic that you like, and you like the settings of, and then just duplicate that topic. and it
Correct.
will the settings with it.
Yes. Yep, that is correct. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I just go ahead and do it every time, but because typically I just like to look at all those options beforehand. But yes, knowing how tired my brain gets, yeah, I think Lori, I really like that solution. Just duplicate it and then change things. Well, particularly too, if you think that you're going to have duplicate assignments, because like sharing a favorite part of the book they're currently reading, that's an assignment that you could give them every single week. So why repeat that? Just duplicate those exact settings. So I'm going to go back into the presentation really fast. And okay, so we went through the live demo, we went through the topics. Okay, so the practices. So I'm on slide 25. So the obstacles to using Flipgrid, right? So we want to empower all of our learners to share their voices. Yes, there are going to be some obstacles, right? Because this is asking kids to be very vulnerable. I highly suggest that you make a video for every single one of your topics and make a silly one, and then make one that's showing a redo. So kids can see like one where, you just make mistakes and that's okay. And then just make another video showing what you would do differently. Maybe make a video expressing how nervous you are. Make your voice sound nervous. Acknowledge that this is not easy for some kids. And when I was in elementary school, if someone asked me to do this, oh no, oh no, no, not even in the privacy of my own home. But that's why if you let students know that only you will be watching the videos, that you will ask their permission before you share it with their peers, they will trust you and you will build their confidence over time to be comfortable in this platform. So some things so again, make sample videos. You could suggest that students script their content. So if you notice kids are making videos flying by the seat of their pants, because some of our kids at 3rd grade already have YouTube channels and whatnot, and they just think it's cool, you might suggest that they write out their ideas. And remind students that, they need to find a quiet place in their home, and they should let whoever is watching them know, oh, I'm going to make a video for my teacher right now. I'm going to go in my room and I need it to be quiet for a little bit. Just let them know, to have everyone around them be aware. It's kind of special time. And, for our older students, I do recommend that perhaps you share something like this, and this is linked in the slide. Share a rubric with really critical, points to evaluate them on. So with some criteria, did they answer the questions according to the topic? Did they show evidence of learning? Did they put in some fun props? Did they make eye contact with the camera? Were they heard clearly? All of these are really outstanding points that we can work with and guide our students in. And if you're going to allow student feedback, then you can also evaluate them on the quality of their feedback to their peers as well. Okay, so we don't have too much time, but I did want to show what it looked